the quality of your life is directly connected to how much vulnerability you allow in your life to share with others, to share with yourself. See, I really feel this strong pull to talk about permission slip today. And there's one quote that came to my mind as well by Rumi, and it said it's not about seeking love, it is about looking for all the barriers within us that are prohibiting us to receive that love. And it all comes down to the same thing. See, when we have this beautiful body and temporary suit of our soul has this bigger vision, this bigger journey ahead of us. And we as a human, we have our lessons to learn of how to embody actually that what our soul has foreseen for us. Actually, you chose that. It's just a bit unclear that you did that. So once you realize, you know, I'm not here just to do this 9 to 5 or just to live what is prescribed in society, you really get to understand this bigger vision of you. And when you learn to listen to what your intuition is saying, to what your soul is guiding you to, you really get to understand, okay, there's so much more going on than what can be perceived by the human eye. And so having this physical body, we experience emotions. And the vulnerability part of this is we've been trained or shown that it is better to avoid emotions, not talk about it, push them away. And doing so, people have all compensation to deal with emotions, right? Either they start smoking or do drugs or deal with money in a specific way, have specific dynamics in relationships, push-pull dynamic, just running away, avoiding all of that, blocking people, right? Just so they cannot come too close, because them coming too close, you have to open up or be vulnerable with yourself. And it can be very scary for a lot of people if you have been burned before. So why are you going through all these experiences in the first place? Is because your soul knows that your growth lies there, where you're fearful to go. And based upon the conditioning that you had, it's actually your gift to really see, okay, that is actually here for me to learn. So what's then the permission slip about? The permission slip is saying, you know, okay, I am committed to go there where I feel like I have to show too much of me in order to connect, in order to move forward in life. So that is first a commitment to you, to yourself. Okay, I'm gonna be honest to myself, right? So that should be your first commitment. And then it's literally you saying, okay, where am I holding myself back? Where am I fighting for my reasons to hold back? Where am I holding on to the story why I cannot do what I do? Because I had this in my life, that's why I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, that's why you have to go there. And I'm not talking about defying physics, okay? I'm not talking about jumping off a cliff or a building, because You know, you feel fear of that. I'm not talking about defying like the laws of the physics, okay? I'm not talking about gravity. I'm talking about psychologically, about your emotions, about your thoughts. Because, let me ask you a question. What are you fearful of? Ask yourself, why are you holding yourself back? Is it because somebody said something? Is it because you had experiences and you started believing that that is your reality? Is it because you had to learn some lessons and now you're fearful of fully embodying who you are? You are dealing with some emotions that create restriction in your body and you don't know how to move past that. What is going on for you? And allow yourself to be vulnerable, allow yourself to be honest, because, you know, can you see that if you go there, that you can embrace exactly that is asked from you to bring to the surface, to bring to light, to not push down any longer, to embrace and to say, you know what, I'm not gonna run from it, I'm gonna stay with it. Because in the act of staying with it, it can be dismantled. It can be shown to you that there's nothing to be fearful about. It's just an emotion. It's just a thought. It is just a projection. It's just a protection. It's just a projection of what you have believed to be true based upon experiences, and it's not reflecting the truth at all. It's just a limited, restrictive idea projected by the ego or others' ego to keep you small, to keep you not believing in your truth, to not keep you feeling your power, seeing your power. So what is then the permission slip about? Yes, about being vulnerable, about going there what you push away, about looking why you have these distractions. Why are you not focused on what you know? You know what really matters to you. You know the action you should be taking, and you're fearful of that. So, what is that fear saying? Perhaps you're not good enough. Perhaps you don't know that you can trust yourself. Perhaps, you know, when you have that connection with your intuition and you know what is the direction, there's doubts coming up, and these overrule the certainty that you're building within yourself. You have pressure from the outside world taking you out of your connection with your soul and pinching you, saying you have to stop dreaming, saying you that you're imagining all of this because it's not real. How is that serving you, all these doubts, all these worries? Are you taking the action that actually is helping you to receive? Your permission slip is actually an act for you to put yourself in receivership. Are you allowing yourself to receive? Or in that, because it's a very small moment where you feel that pull of really taking action and then you don't do it. Why? Because you use that same energy to be distracted and to do something else instead of being focused on the priority that's right in front of you, and that is probably the action that is going to bring it to you. And I can describe it because I've been there. And I feel that moment within me when I have the choice that I allow myself to be distracted or allow myself to take the action that is needed. And I just wanted to share that with you in order for you to become conscious about it, how that works and how you can catch it and how you can have a conversation with yourself very honestly. How is all of that serving you? And then all the words you use to say, well, blah, 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 in order to convince you that perhaps it's better to take the route that keeps you distracted in order to take the action that is really bringing in for you what you know is gonna be your expansion. So yes, ask yourself, what is your permission slip? And if you feel that you have a lot of emotions that are holding you back, tied to the past, I will share with you a link below, because every Saturday we do a call over Zoom and I guide you through the process of how to process your emotions. And that allows you to really connect to the truth inside of you, to rebuild that trust, rebuild that foundation that yes, you can trust yourself without being thrown off from the vision that you have, thrown off from any recalibration that you can do when you're connected to yourself. So click that link below and join us on these calls. And if you feel, you know what, Sige, I resonate with what you're saying and I really long to go there. And yes, this vulnerability is something that is speaking to me on a deeper level, then come on the word truth below and let's have a conversation. You can reach out over my email address. I have it in the description.